Pratique inglês todos os dias, ouça, fale, pratique e melhore suas habilidades linguísticas com a gente. Hora de praticar.
I am going to the library. I am going to the library.
Eu estou indo para a biblioteca.
I am going to the library. I am going to the library. The library is open today. The library is open today.
A biblioteca está aberta hoje.
The library is open today. The library is open today. She visits the library every week. She visits the library every week.
Ela visita a biblioteca toda semana.
She visits the library every week. She visits the library every week. He reads books at the library. He reads books at the library.
Ele lê livros na biblioteca.
He reads books at the library. He reads books at the library. We study in the library. We study in the library.
Nós estudamos na biblioteca.
We study in the library. We study in the library. They borrow books from the library. They borrow books from the library.
Eles pegam livros emprestados da biblioteca.
They borrow books from the library. They borrow books from the library. The library has many books. The library has many books.
A biblioteca tem muitos livros.
The library has many books. The library has many books. I like to read in the library. I like to read in the library.
Eu gosto de ler na biblioteca.
I like to read in the library. I like to read in the library. Please be quiet in the library. Please be quiet in the library.
Por favor, faça silêncio na biblioteca.
Please be quiet in the library. Please be quiet in the library. The library is a quiet place. The library is a quiet place.
A biblioteca é lugar silencioso.
The library is a quiet place. The library is a quiet place. I have a library card. I have a library card.
Eu tenho cartão da biblioteca.
I have a library card. I have a library card. You need a card to check out books. You need a card to check out books.
Você precisa de cartão para pegar livros emprestados.
You need a card to check out books. You need a card to check out books. The librarian is very helpful. The librarian is very helpful.
O bibliotecário é muito prestativo.
The librarian is very helpful. The librarian is very helpful. He asked the librarian for help. He asked the librarian for help.
Ele pediu ajuda ao bibliotecário.
He asked the librarian for help. He asked the librarian for help. She returned the book to the library. She returned the book to the library.
Ela devolveu o livro para a biblioteca.
She returned the book to the library. She returned the book to the library. I found a good book at the library. I found a good book at the library.
Eu encontrei bom livro na biblioteca.
I found a good book at the library. I found a good book at the library. The library has magazines too. The library has magazines too.
A biblioteca também tem revistas.
The library has magazines too. The library has magazines too. Children love the library. Children love the library.
As crianças adoram a biblioteca.
Children love the library. Children love the library. The library has a reading area. The library has a reading area.
A biblioteca tem uma área de leitura.
The library has a reading area. The library has a reading area. I sit at a table to read. I sit at a table to read.
Eu me sento à mesa para ler.
I sit at a table to read. I sit at a table to read. There are computers in the library. There are computers in the library.
Há computadores na biblioteca.
There are computers in the library. There are computers in the library. I searched for a book online. I searched for a book online.
Eu procurei livro online.
I searched for a book online. I searched for a book online. The book is on the shelf. The book is on the shelf.
O livro está na estante.
The book is on the shelf. The book is on the shelf. I looked for the history section. I looked for the history section.
Eu procurei a seção de história.
I looked for the history section. I looked for the history section. She checked out 3 books. She checked out 3 books.
Ela pegou 3 livros emprestados.
She checked out 3 books. She checked out 3 books. He renewed his book online. He renewed his book online.
Ele renovou o livro online.
He renewed his book online. He renewed his book online. I go to the library after school. I go to the library after school.
Eu vou à biblioteca depois da escola.
I go to the library after school. I go to the library after school. We study together at the library. We study together at the library.
Nós estudamos juntos na biblioteca.
We study together at the library. We study together at the library. The library is near my house. The library is near my house.
A biblioteca fica perto da minha casa.
The library is near my house. The library is near my house. I walk to the library. I walk to the library.
Eu vou a pé para a biblioteca.
I walk to the library. I walk to the library. It is quiet in the reading room. It is quiet in the reading room.
Está silencioso na sala de leitura.
It is quiet in the reading room. It is quiet in the reading room. She writes notes in the library. She writes notes in the library.
Ela escreve anotações na biblioteca.
She writes notes in the library. She writes notes in the library. He listens to an audiobook. He listens to an audiobook.
Ele ouve audiolivro.
He listens to an audiobook. He listens to an audiobook. I use the library printer. I use the library printer.
Eu uso a impressora da biblioteca.
I use the library printer. I use the library printer. Please return books on time. Please return books on time.
Por favor, devolva os livros no prazo.
Please return books on time. Please return books on time. I forgot to return my book. I forgot to return my book.
Eu esqueci de devolver meu livro.
I forgot to return my book. I forgot to return my book. There is a fine for late books. There is a fine for late books.
Há uma multa por atraso na devolução.
There is a fine for late books. There is a fine for late books. You can read newspapers there. You can read newspapers there.
Você pode ler jornais lá.
You can read newspapers there. You can read newspapers there. The library has books in many languages. The library has books in many languages.
A biblioteca tem livros em muitos idiomas.
The library has books in many languages. The library has books in many languages. I found a book I like. I found a book I like.
Eu encontrei um livro de que gosto.
I found a book I like. I found a book I like. The shelves are full of books. The shelves are full of books.
As estantes estão cheias de livros.
The shelves are full of books. The shelves are full of books. I checked the catalog for a book. I checked the catalog for a book.
Eu consultei o catálogo para encontrar um livro.
I checked the catalog for a book. I checked the catalog for a book. We took a tour of the library. We took a tour of the library.
Nós fizemos um tour pela biblioteca.
We took a tour of the library. We took a tour of the library. The library has study rooms. The library has study rooms.
A biblioteca tem salas de estudo.
The library has study rooms. The library has study rooms. He reserved a study room. He reserved a study room.
Ele reservou uma sala de estudo.
He reserved a study room. He reserved a study room. I joined a book club at the library. I joined a book club at the library.
Eu entrei para um clube do livro na biblioteca.
I joined a book club at the library. I joined a book club at the library. The library has story time for kids. The library has story time for kids.
A biblioteca tem hora da história para crianças.
The library has story time for kids. The library has story time for kids. They offer free classes. They offer free classes.
Eles oferecem aulas gratuitas.
They offer free classes. They offer free classes. The library is a good place to learn. The library is a good place to learn.
A biblioteca é um bom lugar para aprender.
The library is a good place to learn. The library is a good place to learn. She read a novel at the library. She read a novel at the library.
Ela leu um romance na biblioteca.
She read a novel at the library. She read a novel at the library. I go there to do homework. I go there to do homework.
Eu vou lá para fazer lição de casa.
I go there to do homework. I go there to do homework. I use the Wi-Fi at the library. I use the Wi-Fi at the library.
Eu uso o Wi-Fi da biblioteca.
I use the Wi-Fi at the library. I use the Wi-Fi at the library. I asked the librarian a question. I asked the librarian a question.
Eu fiz uma pergunta ao bibliotecário.
I asked the librarian a question. I asked the librarian a question. The library has DVDs to borrow. The library has DVDs to borrow.
A biblioteca tem DVDs para empréstimo.
The library has DVDs to borrow. The library has DVDs to borrow. You can use a computer for free. You can use a computer for free.
Você pode usar um computador gratuitamente.
You can use a computer for free. You can use a computer for free. The library opens at 9 a.m. The library opens at 9 a.m.
A biblioteca abre às 9 horas.
The library opens at 9 a.m. The library opens at 9 a.m. It closes at 6 p.m. It closes at 6 p.m.
Ela fecha às 18 horas.
It closes at 6 p.m. It closes at 6 p.m. He waited in line to check out. He waited in line to check out.
Ele esperou na fila para pegar livros emprestados.
He waited in line to check out. He waited in line to check out. I lost my library card. I lost my library card.
Eu perdi meu cartão da biblioteca.
I lost my library card. I lost my library card. I got a new library card. I got a new library card.
Eu consegui um novo cartão da biblioteca.
I got a new library card. I got a new library card. The library has comfortable chairs. The library has comfortable chairs.
A biblioteca tem cadeiras confortáveis.
The library has comfortable chairs. The library has comfortable chairs. Children read picture books there. Children read picture books there.
As crianças leem livros ilustrados lá.
Children read picture books there. Children read picture books there. She reads quietly in the corner. She reads quietly in the corner.
Ela lê silenciosamente no canto.
She reads quietly in the corner. She reads quietly in the corner. I like the smell of books. I like the smell of books.
Eu gosto do cheiro dos livros.
I like the smell of books. I like the smell of books. We found our favorite author. We found our favorite author.
Nós encontramos nosso autor favorito.
We found our favorite author. We found our favorite author. He borrowed a science book. He borrowed a science book.
Ele pegou um livro de ciências emprestado.
He borrowed a science book. He borrowed a science book. She likes mystery books. She likes mystery books.
Ela gosta de livros de mistério.
She likes mystery books. She likes mystery books. I asked for help finding a book. I asked for help finding a book.
Eu pedi ajuda para encontrar um livro.
I asked for help finding a book. I asked for help finding a book. We found the book we needed. We found the book we needed.
Nós encontramos o livro que precisávamos.
We found the book we needed. We found the book we needed. She read for 2 hours. She read for 2 hours.
Ela leu por 2 horas.
She read for 2 hours. She read for 2 hours. He studied for his exam. He studied for his exam.
Ele estudou para a prova.
He studied for his exam. He studied for his exam. We met at the library. We met at the library.
Nós nos encontramos na biblioteca.
We met at the library. We met at the library. She borrowed a novel. She borrowed a novel.
Ela pegou um romance emprestado.
She borrowed a novel. She borrowed a novel. I sat by the window. I sat by the window.
Eu me sentei perto da janela.
I sat by the window. I sat by the window. The library is very clean. The library is very clean.
A biblioteca é muito limpa.
The library is very clean. The library is very clean. I wrote my report there. I wrote my report there.
Eu escrevi meu relatório lá.
I wrote my report there. I wrote my report there. He drew a picture in the art area. He drew a picture in the art area.
Ele desenhou uma imagem na área de arte.
He drew a picture in the art area. He drew a picture in the art area. I took notes from a book. I took notes from a book.
Eu fiz anotações de um livro.
I took notes from a book. I took notes from a book. She used the library scanner. She used the library scanner.
Ela usou o scanner da biblioteca.
She used the library scanner. She used the library scanner. He found a book on animals. He found a book on animals.
Ele encontrou um livro sobre animais.
He found a book on animals. He found a book on animals. We saw a list of new books. We saw a list of new books.
Nós vimos uma lista de livros novos.
We saw a list of new books. We saw a list of new books. They attended a library event. They attended a library event.
Eles participaram de um evento na biblioteca.
They attended a library event. They attended a library event. I signed up for a library program. I signed up for a library program.
Eu me inscrevi em um programa da biblioteca.
I signed up for a library program. I signed up for a library program. The library was not crowded. The library was not crowded.
A biblioteca não estava lotada.
The library was not crowded. The library was not crowded. She used the dictionary. She used the dictionary.
Ela usou o dicionário.
She used the dictionary. She used the dictionary. He practiced reading aloud. He practiced reading aloud.
Ele praticou leitura em voz alta.
He practiced reading aloud. He practiced reading aloud. I used the library map. I used the library map.
Eu usei o mapa da biblioteca.
I used the library map. I used the library map. We learned about the Dewey System. We learned about the Dewey System.
Nós aprendemos sobre o sistema Dewey.
We learned about the Dewey System. We learned about the Dewey System. She found a book on cooking. She found a book on cooking.
Ela encontrou um livro de receitas.
She found a book on cooking. She found a book on cooking. I returned all my books today. I returned all my books today.
Eu devolvi todos os meus livros hoje.
I returned all my books today. I returned all my books today. He checked out a book about math. He checked out a book about math.
Ele pegou um livro sobre matemática emprestado.
He checked out a book about math. He checked out a book about math. We asked where the fiction section is. We asked where the fiction section is.
Nós perguntamos onde fica a seção de ficção.
We asked where the fiction section is. We asked where the fiction section is. She loves to read fairy tales. She loves to read fairy tales.
Ela adora ler contos de fadas.
She loves to read fairy tales. She loves to read fairy tales. He picked up a reserved book. He picked up a reserved book.
Ele retirou um livro reservado.
He picked up a reserved book. He picked up a reserved book. The library has a quiet zone. The library has a quiet zone.
A biblioteca tem uma zona de silêncio.
The library has a quiet zone. The library has a quiet zone. We saw a librarian shelving books. We saw a librarian shelving books.
Nós vimos um bibliotecário organizando livros.
We saw a librarian shelving books. We saw a librarian shelving books. I found a book on the top shelf. I found a book on the top shelf.
Eu encontrei um livro na prateleira de cima.
I found a book on the top shelf. I found a book on the top shelf. She looked for a book on history. She looked for a book on history.
Ela procurou um livro de história.
She looked for a book on history. She looked for a book on history. He used the copy machine. He used the copy machine.
Ele usou a máquina de cópias.
He used the copy machine. He used the copy machine. I read a comic book. I read a comic book.
Eu li uma história em quadrinhos.
I read a comic book. I read a comic book. We browsed the new arrivals. We browsed the new arrivals.
Nós exploramos os lançamentos.
We browsed the new arrivals. We browsed the new arrivals.
Obrigado por assistir. Inscreva-se no canal e ative as notificações para receber novos vídeos e continuar sua jornada no inglês.